that tune, you can play it again because I know COP is phenomenal.
We party in sun or rain, we don't care what the people say. Once the music hit the vein, so much more was I can't explain. Until I know that day, when you find out take me away. All my friends will say,
Thank you. Political Leader, Minister of Legal Affairs and Justice, the Honorable Prakash Ramadar, Dr. Douglas, Dr. Tiwari, other members of the head table, faithful party members, Diego Martin, family of the Congress of the People, citizens and friends, a special hail out to all those listening to us on radio and viewing us on television, members of the media, and I want to give a special hail out to my Deputy Chair at the National Carnival Commission, Mr. Don Sylvester, and Executive Member of the UNC. Welcome, Don. Thank you all for this warm welcome. I am very happy to be here in my home, Diego Martin. I've been living here for the past 20 years with so many terrific people, friends, party faithful, well-wishers. I don't have a great deal of time this evening, but I want to use the time I have to talk to you about three things: what is happening now, what we can do, and what the future holds for all of us. So what is happening now? Unless you've been hiding your newspapers, television sets, radios, etc., somewhere, everyone should know that we are in an election year. 2015 is an election year, and probably one of the most important ones in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. Let us be honest, election years are always things of savage beauty, and too often they are not pretty to watch. There's more money flooding into the system than ever before, more negative ads, more mauvais langue, more shoo-shoo talk, more scandal, more bacchanal, and more like what we heard last night. More of things that should never be said in a public forum in this country. As we work tirelessly to enlighten and bridge the communities that we serve, we are seeing a heightened sense of involvement, yes, but sometimes we are seeing some cynicism. What you read in the newspapers, it's all about the polls, who's up and who's down, who would win tomorrow if the elections were today, and so on. But where is the news about what would actually make a difference in your lives? Where are the stories about turning the corner as a nation? Where are the stories about progress, change, and growth? For instance, where are the stories about the increasing strength in our economy under the present government, the People's Partnership? I want you to consider the following. Some was said by Senator Hadid, but some of it is so important I think we need to repeat it so that we can understand what it means. We have the lowest unemployment in the region, in the Caribbean region, of 3.6%. Do you all understand what that means? At the end of December 2014, our foreign reserves stood at 73 billion TT, 11 billion US dollars, an increase of almost 30% from 2010. Is that not your government working for you? The Heritage and Stabilization Fund has increased by over 2 billion since 2010 to 5.5 billion, an increase of over 65%. Is that not your government working for you? And despite what is happening in the energy sector around the world, new investment in the energy sector in Trinidad and Tobago is projected for 2015 to be well over $2 billion US. Is that not your government working for you? And most importantly, despite what is happening economically worldwide, our debt remains comparatively low, with public sector debt to GDP at approximately 40.6%. Is that not your government being prudent with your funds and working for you? Apart from that, we can talk about old age pension, assistance for parents with newborn babies, water in areas that never ever saw water in their lives. Roads connecting parts of Trinidad and Tobago to others that were never done ever before. Is that not your government working for you? And I want to especially mention this. I look and I follow the political debates and parliaments. Never in the history of this country has a prime minister opened herself to receiving questions from the opposition and other senators and answer every single one of them without fear. Is that not your government working for you? So am I wrong in saying that we focus too much on what is wrong and not enough on what is right? There's too much right taking place in this country for us to be only focusing on what is wrong. We should never be afraid of storms if we are learning how to sail our ship. And partnership is no different. I know sometimes it's tempting to turn away from participating in the affairs of our blessed country, and it's even more tempting sometimes to get cynical about what's happening. But one should never, never, never lose focus of the bigger picture. And thankfully, you have not lost focus. COP, COP. Like you, I have steeled my gaze and now recommit to the task at hand, elections 2015. And let me make this clear. We are the Congress of the people and we are here to stay. I can make this claim because of your loyalty and continued support. Trust me when I say that this has made all the difference, especially in times where storms of negativity, bacchanal, and commerce swirled around the nation. This evening, I want to talk to you a little bit about the weather. I'm not a meteorologist, but I wear many different hats, but not that one. This evening, I want to tell you of a particular wind that blows through our twin island. It is called the wind of promise. And the People's Partnership brings promise to every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. As Dr. Douglas said, all along the south, from Miaro, Icacos, San Fernando, the east in Arima and Sandy Grande, north along Blanchisez and Toco, and west in Carenage, Petty Valley, and Port of Spain. And it's blowing right here tonight. Look at this hall. As this wind blows across our nation, are we going to be afraid of the winds that blow, the storms that rage, the fight that awaits? Let's be real, we're in for a fight. And I'm not going to stand here as a deputy political leader of the Congress of the People and blow smoke and tell you that you may not be discouraged by things that you see. But what you need to do is to stand strong in the face of the storm of negativity and distraction And let's face it, games playing on the part of some of our public figures. I am not going to do that because we all already know what we must do and what it will cost us not to do it. Instead, I'm standing here before you as Lorraine, a resident of Diego Martin, to tell you when it comes down to it, it has never been the size of the dog in the fight, but about the size of the fight in the dog. I'm not saying we are dogs, but we can fight. We continue to evolve. There's a past, there's a present, and there's a future. And in this present, we owe it to our communities, our nation, and ourselves to stay focused. That is our mantra, the mantra of the Congress of the People in 2015. Stay focused. And I want to tell you a little bit about what else I believe. It is said that man appoints and God disappoints. I believe, however, that when God has appointed, no one but him can take that away. And the Congress of the People has been appointed. As you may be aware, I am the current chairman of the National Carnival Commission, a position I assumed in December 2014. It has been challenging, but I have a good team. I remember, Don, I have a good team. Life is an adventure, and in that respect, although I wear two hats, I do not wear two faces. The same Lorraine that stands before you this evening is the same Lorraine that rolls up her sleeves and gets to work in the NCC. In this short space of 3 months, we have turned a corner. Carnival 2015 went on record as one of the safest, best organized in recent history. The reason behind that, approach every project, every stakeholder, and make every decision fairly, comprehensively, and most of all, ethically. We had many successes, but my time is running out, so I'm not going to focus on that. I just want to end by saying that moving forward, the NCC is going to start planning for Carnival 2016 next month. Next month. Because that's how people in the Congress of the People work. We don't wait for things to meet us. We plan for it. And just putting you on notice that 2016, with the support of Minister Douglas and all the stakeholders, is the 25th anniversary of the NCC, and it is going to be one great carnival next year. Those who are watching the time, can I have 1 minute to wind up? Thank you. As Deputy Political Leader and NCC Chair, one central tenet continues to guide me. Do things right, get things right, and good things will follow to the benefit of each and every one that is connected to you. It may have sounded like an oversimplification, but it has worked well for me for 4 decades. I'm not as young as you think I am. It has served me when people feel I'm too polite or I can't get down in the trenches, but I can do that. There are many things that must change in life, and the good in each of you is not one of them. And this is the last part of what I want to talk to you about. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. And the best way to predict the future is to start writing the story today. We are starting to write the story today. And so we are here today writing the story. I am who I am, you are who you are, and we are who we are. We are the Congress of the People, and without question, we know who we are and where we stand. As we go forward into the breach, I urge you to stay focused on the vision, the mission, and the priorities that we at the Congress of the People held dear back in 2006 and still stand just as strong in 2015. That vision, my friends, remains to transform Trinidad and Tobago into a model nation where all aspire to excellence, where the government is a servant of the people, society enjoys public peace and security, where the economy is strong and sustainable, and prosperity is equally shared by all, and where every citizen is assured of equal justice, and most of all, where we find enduring unity and strength in our diversity. Stay focused. Let us continue to honor our promises, giving selflessly in service to community and country, and by making the best of our nation's resources for the benefit of all. I am proud to stand before you as Deputy Political Leader, as a person who accepts responsibility and accountability in equal measure, a proud daughter of the soil, and say that the character of the Congress of the People has and will withstand the test of time. Stay focused, my COP people. I thank you, and may God bless you and Trinidad and Tobago.